Well, I could also use Selfless. I think this is an all-in kind of swing. But I don't think I put that additional one here. I think I have to put it on the Luminarch, right? So that way they can't just block Luminarch with Edge Wall. Of course, I can always give Luminarch that, so... This is definitely getting blocked here to stop the trample. This is definitely getting blocked here. These two might get blocked here, which means, yeah, I think I should put the additional counter here. Get them! Next to blockers, let's see how it goes. What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and are you ready to play a deck that made it all the way to the top 300 in Mythic playing Snow and Equipment? I didn't mean for that to sound like it rhymed, but it kind of did, so that's cool too. Anyways, today we're going to be playing Nahiri, Heir of the Ancients, a whole lot of snow lands, you know, the mountains and stuff, that kind of shenanigans, snow cards like Frostbite, and then equipment like Shadow Spear and, well, ye olde Embercleave, because everyone loves a good Embercleave. Now, this deck is an aggro deck, which means you're going to be slamming down a whole lot of creatures, building them up as quick as you can, or throwing down as many as you can and going as wide as you can, swinging at the opponent and, you know, praying they don't hit a Shadow's Verdict. But the nice thing with this deck is the Nahiri, Heir of the Ancients, actually helps you dodge that Shadow's Verdict, right? Because it doesn't get rid of your Planeswalkers, and, well, Nahiri can immediately create a creature that can take your Shadow Spear and take your Embercleave, pick it right back up, and, well, now you have a 3-power creature with Double Strike, and that's 6 damage, so definitely enough to help you finish out the game, right? You can also, you know, reveal and help you find the Akiri or another Seasoned or whatever else you may need from your deck. So Nahiri, while it was kind of slept on when it first came out and everyone was kind of hopeful, like, ooh, equipment, yeah, let's go, and then it sort of failed, it's doing really good now versus the Sultai meta, because Sultai is so like, well, we gotta have a board wipe, but we don't have access to the big destruction anymore, so we gotta exile. Nahiri is the answer to Sultai right now, basically what I'm saying. This deck's also pretty good against other aggro decks, as you do have access to Seasoned Hollowblade, which is a great card at just defending and chum blocking for days. So long as they don't find, you know, the Embercleave themselves, then you're living pretty. Let's not forget, we also have the Alsud and Selfless Savior to help protect your creatures against other aggro decks, and then of course we have the Frostbite, which helps you to eliminate their creatures. Also, it, you know, takes out Yugen, so that's good. Shadow Spear, really nice, whether it be versus the control Sultai players, and like I said, using Nahiri, rounding it back up on those 1/1s and dealing additional damage, or whether it's versus aggro and it's giving you trample and lifelink, an ability to punch through it, or an ability to live through their swings, right? We do have Maul, which we've all seen before. Luminarch helps build everything up. A couple copies of Skyclave for some I'll get it right one of these days. For some removal, as well as Bone Crusher, which is kind of like a different version of Skyclave. If you think about it, 2 damage can be dealt to anything. So you can send this to their face or to another creature, and then also its creature on the other side. It's also a pretty big creature, so that's nice. We do have Akiri as well. Let's focus on that for a little bit, because again, whenever this card came out, it kind of got shit on a little bit. Anyways, now it's a 3-mana 3/3. Whenever you attack a player with 1 or more equipped creatures, draw a card. Really good, because again, you have Shadow Spears and Mauls and Embercleave, so you have tons of equipment within the deck, tons of equipment that actually does really good effects as well, which means you're not ashamed at attacking with them, basically. Anyways, you can also pay 1 mana, unattach an equipment from a creature you control. If you do tap that creature, it gains indestructible until end of turn, so it essentially gains a Seasoned Hollowblade-like ability, which is, well, really good, right? We also have Halvar on the off chance that you know, have your creatures pre-equipped. You get this down on turn 4, now your creatures have the Double Strike, which is really good, especially if you played a Maul into Halvar, then you just have a flying Double Striker, and it's like, well, GG, right?
Oh, what a loser! Good!
Now, this deck does have a sideboard. I'm not going to run all the way through it, mostly because we didn't play best of 3 today. We played best of 1, so I'm going to let you, you know, explore that, come back, and tell people down in the comments below what your experience was with best of 3 was, if you had one, and if not, well, let's go best of 1. Anyways, without further ado, we're going to dive into the snow equipment, which reached all the way to Mythic number 282. Mar had it, and then he lost it. I don't know what happened to it. Better go ask him. Anyways, this is a decent little hand. Axguard Armory, really? Anyways, we're going to drop the Fervent and then follow that up with a Seasoned Hollowblade, because that just sounds like a great day. We could also drop Fervent and Shadow Spear on the next turn, but I think I'd rather drop Season. Get 'em! and end the turn. I forget how annoying it is to play this season because you have to resolve everything, right? Because his ability can proc pretty much any time. As long as you have a card in hand, you can do it.
You can do it!
Alright, Marhead, playing Sulta. No surprise. Let's hope we can be their demise. Dang it, I said I was gonna quit rhyming. Heartless Act, alright. Well, you're no fun. I guess we get rid of Shadow Spear? It's good, but I'd rather have the additional creatures. I think I'd rather have the additional creatures. Frostbite. Okay. Let's get down another Seasoned Hollowblade. And swing at him for 4. This will put him down to 14. Next turn we do have 7 damage on board, which could put him to 7 life. Turn after that, of course, if we still have 7 damage on board, that is lethal, so they have a 2-turn timer. Boy, that'll give you a toothache. Not really, but you know. Cultivate, we love to see Cultivate. It means they probably won't have anything to really answer our 7 damage next turn, because even if they take out a Fervent, we have another Fervent. So, you know, we can live. Anyways, they're not playing anything. I'm gonna drop another Fervent. I think I'll leave these 2 cards in hand so we can protect the seasons, right? But here we're dealing 3 extra damage from what, 7? So we're dealing 10? I think that's correct. Yeah, so this should put him down to 4, which means as long as the seasons can live, and again, we have the Frostbite and all that, so as long as they don't have a Shadow's Verdict, we're good. We are good. Alright, Mar had it. They have had it with us. Taking down Sultai, you love to see it, especially when it's just so easy. New Ray, gonna be our next foe today. Anyways, we'll keep this hand, I like it. It looks kind of good. I think I just dropped the Fervent, right? Go kind of aggro. They look like they're the Sultai Andy type, so if I can drop my creatures and get to dealing some damage, then, you know, why the heck not, man? Or woman, whoever's watching. Could be a dog or a cat, who knows, I don't know. If your owner sort of leaves me up while they go away, I guess, then I am talking to you, animals, you beasts. Anyways, Nure, Fabled Passage, and a Triome. And, yeah, I think we just go for the swing in here. Because we're going to drop the Seasoned Hollowblade. I'm pretty set on that, at least. Opponent. They don't know whether or not to cast that Fabled. I know it's a hard decision, like to tap or not to tap, as Shakespeare would say, right? Well, alright, there we go. To not tap. And, you know, actually, I don't know what play that comes from. Oh man, now I can't even remember the original phrase. Oh well, Seasoned Hollowblade is a nice little addition to our board because it has Indestructible, of course, just for the low cost of discarding 1 singular card. I really need some more red mana so that Embercleave can become a reality, but I am happy that next turn we'll be able to play down the Owslet and the Selfless Savior all in one. That, you know, makes me happy. Of course, this deck made it to Mythic. We're playing with it in gold, so, you know, I feel like we got a fair chance, you know? The author of this deck, probably far smarter than I. Fabled Passage, go! I don't know why they waited a turn on that, but whatever. You know, they could be at 3 untapped lands now, but they're not, so beautiful. Valky, it's not really a big deal, actually. Like, probably gonna take the Selfless as it is the minimal costing one, but I think it's the one that I would take. Who knows, they may take the Owslet though. Life gain, protection, you know? You know what's funny also is if Valky turns into Selfless, then sacrifices itself, we get Selfless back. Anyways, another Seasoned Hollowblade for us, and I guess we can just drop the Owslet and the Seasoned, right? But first, we swing. Go, go, go. You know, Fervent Champion and Seasoned Hollowblade, they kind of look like they could be cousins or something, you know? They have that sort of similar facial structure. Or maybe it's just the way that they're looking at the camera, you know? Both have brown hair. Granted, Seasoned has, like, you know, pretty nice little beard combo going on there, and Fervent, well, that's just smooth. Anyways, Owslet, join the team, bro. Don't feel unwelcome just because you don't necessarily look alike. We're welcoming here. Everyone can join in. I especially like the life-linkers. They make it a real party. Anyway, Sultai play. Oh, Edgewall. This is interesting. I don't think I've seen an Edgewall in a Sultai deck. Granted, you know, it's just going to be followed by adventure stuff. Murderous Rider, Brazen Borrowers. Fae of Wishes. Yeah, excellent, excellent. That one makes a lot of sense. It's a great defender. It can grab you stuff from the sideboard. Kind of surprised I haven't seen more of these. Maybe the Sultai players I play against, they just get to the ultimatum too fast. they don't need it. Back to my turn. Still no red mana, huh? That's a real pain in the tuchus. Anyways, we're gonna get down Luminarch and boost up probably one of the Seasoned Hollowblades, right? Boosterino U. Question is, do I still swing in with the rest? Because if I swing in with Fervent, their Fae is going to block Fervent, but the other Season probably gets through, which puts them down to 7. It's not terrible. I don't know, the next turn I can threaten with double Seasoned again, which they do block Fae there. I really just need that Ember Cleave. Really. Honestly, I think I just swing in with the single Seasoned here. If they want to block with Fae, you know, fine by me. If you want to block with Valky, that'd be really cool, because then we could also play down the Selfless Savior. Highly doubt they do that. I'm just saying that's the best play for us, right? So we'll see. They're contemplating. Can they go to 10 life? Is it worth it? They know we have an Ember Cleave, so if I hit, you know, a land next turn, can they do it? Yeah, you can't really block with 2 here because I still have the mana to give Alslid, or to sack Alslid and give protection, so I would live. I would certainly live, and I would not have to discard my Ember Cleave, which is a nice thing. Speaking of which, hopefully they don't have any, you know, shenanery here. Of course, if they do, I do have protection on both of my Seasons. Beanstalk, drawing them some land arena. No problem, no problem. They got 3. They can still have Murderous Rider. Nope, just another Beanstalk. They're going for the ultimatum. I can feel it in my bones.
Art thou feeling it now, Mr. Krabs?
Mostly because they're at 7 mana, so that's usually a pretty good indicator. Usually a pretty good one. And especially since they just pulled out, like, exactly what they needed for the ultimatum. Oh no. Come on, give me some red mana. Shadow Spear. Oh, shucks. Well, I can still use this to my advantage, though, right? Trample and lifelink? That sounds lovely. So we'll just throw this on one of the Seasoned Hollowblades. We'll still have the 1 mana for the Alslid. Luminarch will build up the other Hollowblade, I think. So, yeah, we'll just throw you there. You'll be a 5/3 with trample and lifelink, so that's good. Luminarch can boost you. And then I swing in for 9. Right? Because we can't threaten lethal with Fervent. They'll just like, no, get out of here. So this is my swing. Isn't it a magnificent one? If they don't have ultimatum, we're looking very nice, okay? I'm not saying that they absolutely have it. I just, you know, I'm really hoping that they don't. So we are going to sacrifice the Alslid here. Make sure. We could have discarded Embercleave, then played the Selfless, which, you know, there's a fair point for that, actually. There is a fair point. Anyways, they're down to 5 life. We got the Selfless back in hand. Bright side of having Selfless back in hand and not having cast it down, it does mean that now we have a card to discard, an additional card to discard to keep our Seasoned Hollowblades alive, right? And now that we have Trample, I'm feeling a little bit better, I'm not going to lie. They still have the Fae to block with, but we're going to start taking out some good stuff here. Of course, they do have the Beanstalk Giant, so maybe that's why they wanted me to get rid of the Alslid, so I couldn't use protection here against Beanstalk Giant. It's pretty genius, not going to lie. But all I really need is some red mana, and then we can Embercleave our way to victory, right? I can put a additional point on Fervent, swing in with everything. I can even get Selfless back down. Honestly, it'd be a great day. Red mana. Fervent. Ah, I'm going crazy. But I can't not play the Fervent, you know? It's just That's just free. Free. Alright, so a couple options here. Am I going to swing in with that big Season Hollow Blade? More than likely. Am I swinging all in? They have 4 defenders and I have 6 attackers, which means I can get through for a total of 3 damage. And they could only kill a total of 1, 2, possibly 3 creatures, which means I'd still be left with 2. Well, I could also use Selfless. I think this is an all-in kind of swing. But I don't think I put that additional one here. I think I have to put it on the Luminarch, right? So that way they can't just block Luminarch with Edge Wall. Of course, I can always give Luminarch that, so... This is definitely getting blocked here to stop the trample. This is definitely getting blocked here. These 2 might get blocked here, which means, yeah, I think I should put the additional counter here. Get them! Next to blockers. Let's see how it goes. So Beanstalk there, Faye there, as we said. Edge wall there and edge wall there, and this puts them to 3. Now, I could discard Embercleave, keep that, well, that season's gonna live. I can use Selfless and that one's gonna live, and you're gonna live. So yeah, the only thing I really need to do here actually is keep you alive. Everything else is gonna live. Beautiful. Alright, so they're losing 2. We are taking out a lot of their creatures as well, a lot of their draw mechanics. We're up to 30 life, so we don't have to worry too much about the crackback. We have the Embercleave, so we can... Oh, oh no! And just like that, the game was over, ladies and gentlemen. Just like that, it was over. So, how many Fervents have I seen? Just 2. So if I see another Fervent, play Fervent, equip Shadow Spear, that's still only 2 damage, and they're about to be back at 5 life. They probably won't attack this turn, just to be safe, you know? Oh, we were so close! So close. They didn't have the ultimatum, by the way. They didn't have the ultimatum. Also, I think I misplayed there by... What I had... Oh, they are going to attack. They are trusting heavy. Of course, I don't know that we have any hasters above the Fervent, right? Oh, no. This was a game where we needed Nahiri. Snow Hiri. Oh, Bone Crusher. You're breaking my heart because we're so close to taking them out. We also can't like cast Bone Crusher and get it down. So it's either like get it down or hit them in the face. If I hit them in the face, they're just going right back to 3. And then back to 5 on the next turn. I think I just got to play this big oaf. Play him and hope for Embercleave mana, you know? We'll give it one more draw because I'm hopeful. I'm an optimistic person, I like to think. So we'll see. Unless, of course, they bounce my Bone Crusher, in which case it's all over. I'm sorry, but that's just... There goes my confidence. Alright, Nure. Nure. Kind of like hooray, but no. Show me what you got. I still do have 22 health, so it's not like the game is over in that sense. Like, I might could stick around and try and live, but... You know, the Beanstalk Giant's really big. Great Hinge, ever gaining life is... And their board growing ever bigger. All this stuff adding up against this just isn't really where you want to be at. Okay. Alright, GG. Just draw into it then. That's a way to do it.